Boy King Say So, and I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you always watch the full video.
Oh, y'all thought things couldn't get any worse? Prosecutors claim OTF Jam will testify that Lil Durk took him to the bathroom and told him to stop committing so many murders. OTF Jam is confirmed as prosecution witness number 1. Today at the federal courthouse following Lil Durk's hearing, it was revealed that prosecution witness number 1 is OTF Jam, who is one of the most talked about alleged cooperators connected to the case.
But he gotta have had that on recording though. I hope that they're not just about to take this nigga word just because he's there informing. He gotta have that shit recorded. If it ain't recorded of him saying that, and then you still gotta prove that he's the one telling you to do them. Him telling you to stop doing them ain't the same as him hey, stop catching the bodies that I told you to stop catching. I told you to stop. Stop catching the bodies that I told you to catch. That would be the dumbest statement ever, bro.
Jam, who is one of the most talked about alleged cooperators connected to the case, and not just because he's snitching on Lil Durk, but because he is allegedly, and it's about to be confirmed, a whole hitman in these Chicago streets. On the basic, it's plan.
It's had some very interesting information about, possibly the most well-known alleged cooperator in this case, OTF Jam. Now, there was a crazy back and forth where they brought up a bunch of things about Jam. They said that the song Back Again was going to be used, and I'm not going to lie, I was happy to hear that because that's like one of my favorite songs.
Facts. Before I let him finish, let's see why Back Again would be used. Blast his ass. I don't even ask when it comes to cash, they catch him, blast his ass. Jam, get out that jam, I gave him 50, ain't gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then, that's when the max was in. Let's break this down, right?
Yeah, see, that's why we saying, like, artists, bro, like, I don't be getting, like, if you're rapping about something that, like, already happened, somebody already got convicted of, you're not giving up information that wasn't in, I guess, the report of that crime. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Like, you rap about something that you did in your past, something you already went to jail for. They say you robbed a bank, right? Don't do that. Don't do. I'm just saying, you robbed a bank. You say, hey, I was down on my luck. I was down on my luck. I had to get that cash fast, so I went and told that nigga give me that money back. And you did exactly that. You did exactly that. Fuck it. You already went to jail for it. It's already over. You can't. I don't think you can get double jeopardy on that because nigga, you're talking about a crime you already got convicted of. It's already over with. But if you get to talking about nigga, I hit the bank. I told him give me the cash, and then I told another one to give me another bag, but you got caught for the first bag, and the second bag is stashed. Bro, what are you doing?
Now, allegedly, blast his ass. I don't even ask when it come to cash. They catch him, blast his ass. This is supposed to be in reference to none other than FBG Cash, who was very close with FBG Duck and all of the guys associated with that side. Cash was one of the last to die. One of the last things he did was take a picture at King Von's mural right outside of O Block, putting on Instagram, whole world witness your main sniper get his shit splack. And I mean, not long after this, Cash got killed, and the photos came out of him laying there stiff as shit. It's just a recurring event. Someone mocks the dead and then joins them. So allegedly, this was about Cash. I don't even ask when it come to Cash. They catch him, blast his ass. And how I would break that down is, it's not even a question. If you see him, kill him. Jam, get out that jam. I gave him 50, ain't gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then. That's when the max was in. Now, this is a throwback story post of Lil Durk saying, Jam, where you at, bitch? And apparently Durk gave OTF Jam 50,000 in cash after he came home.
The streets. I'm talking about blood, like that shit gonna shake. Real family though.
You gotta let
real members only.
get out that jam and give him 50, he ain't gotta ask again, bro.
Fact. More than that. I love both of them.
Still gonna have to prove what did he give you 54. That's the whole thing. Like when it comes to crime, people be thinking just because you are charged with something and just because somebody said you did this, like you accused of a certain thing, they have to prove that. That's the thing about it. I can say you did a million different things, but if I can't prove that you actually did them, that's hearsay. Like so again, he gave him $50,000. What did he give you $50,000 for? Is it because you just came home? Did he owe you some money? Did um I don't know. Like they're gonna have to prove that he gave him money because this is Hitman. They gave him money because he hit this lick, he went to jail for it, and he just snitched and he came home. But also though, this just shows you like how done the streets are. Like these niggas was getting paid for the shit that they was doing, supposedly. And they still told. It's niggas in regular life doing shit and ain't no money involved. And you think your homie ain't for the snitch on you?
And then obviously saying that Jam was catching murders way back when the Max was in. I mean, this is like back in the day. So he's basically alleging that OTF Jam is an old hitter, been a hitter.
And that's snitching.
Jam said he loved Durk for giving him $50K when he got out. Well, we're gonna see how much he loves Durk inside of this federal courtroom because now apparently he's gonna testify and say it all.
But obviously, you know, in that song, he talks about, you know, Jam got out that jam, I gave him 50,000, he ain't got to ask again. Well, they're basically saying that Jam is going to testify and cooperate and say that that 50,000 that Durk gave him, that he rapped about him back again, which bear in mind was made before King Von even died. But Jam is going to testify and say that he believes that he was given that money basically as like, you know, as a show of loyalty to basically kind of get, you know, some kind of like future. It's basically not like a prepayment, but basically like on the hopes that in future he might be able to do things for him. He might be able to slide for him. Now, what's crazy is that he's allegedly gonna testify that actually when they were filming a music video.
If this all because what happened to Von, how you gonna use a lyric that came from before he even passed? Like, yeah. They trying to overkick this nigga, bro. Especially when I heard they got 34 witnesses or some shit. 34 people with nothing to come in this motherfucker and testify against you, nigga, bro.
At some point, okay, this is absolutely crazy. At some point, all right, Durk and a bunch of the other members apparently confronted Jam in a bathroom. They took him into the bathroom, which is super weird, and they apparently confronted him, and they basically said, you moving too hot, you're going to get us jammed up, you got to be more careful about committing murders, and you're going to get the feds on us. Now, apparently that wasn't talking about the Pab murder. Apparently there's other murders, and it sounds like he's actually going to admit to the feds that he was doing all kinds of murders that haven't even been prosecuted by the sounds of it, not even related to this murder, and that he was basically a top hitter in OTF and for the Black Disciples, and that it was really that serious, and Jam was doing all that. So Jam's name came up a couple times.
Now, Trench's news, love him or hate him, from what I remember, it came out that he was like a paid informant from Chicago, and he was really around a lot of people, you know, famous people in the drill music scene. But he's saying FBG Cash was shot and killed for Lil Durk by OTF Jam, which is crazy because that means the same person testifying against Durk was literally the same one that took out Cash, and then Durk literally put it in a song. And this is the thing about these killer snitches, right? Is just because
that shit wow, bro. Like y'all see the photo, look, Durk and his homies right there. Like nigga, I'm in a perfect corner. Like nigga, like if this don't, it'd be crazy. Like how niggas like don't look at shit like this and don't learn from it. Like nigga, this shit is over with, bro. It's over, nigga. I wouldn't do nothing with nobody, nigga. Nothing with nobody. Fuck that, nigga. That's why I tell niggas now. If you're trying to, they say you want to make a crew about getting money. Neither one of you niggas can be doing crimes because as soon as you give that crew a title, get money boys, whatever fuck you gonna call yourself, nigga. They like, oh, you niggas is doing this shit for the benefit of the game. Instantly.
snitching, it doesn't mean they're not a killer. OTF Jam, the alleged informant in Chicago rapper Lil Durks' murder for hire case, is out of jail on house arrest and daring anyone to come try him. Now, this is a story post that he...
Yeah, this is cold. This is cold. Like, nigga, this is entrapment, bruh. This is entrapment. You supposedly an informant. You supposedly finna snitch on Durk, and then you give up your address and tell niggas to come. So they came, got a shoot. You go, you get a shoot with this nigga. Nigga, you're going to jail, bro. That's entrapment. You can't be. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold. That nigga. That's crazy. Anybody feel like that I'm doing some Sammy? Oh, some Sammy Bull. That nigga done.
Put to his own Instagram, dropping an address. And he would say 30 this for, and anybody else that feel like they like that, I'm doing something Sammy the Bull didn't do. I'm dropping my own location, fresh out on house arrest. I'm trying to see who trying to get it in blood. It was a whole lot of woofing when I was in jail. Now it's time to show and prove. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, Sammy the Bull was basically John Gotti's hitman. He caught like 17 and 19 murders, snitched on John Gotti, and then barely did any time for any of the murders, right? So Jam is comparing himself to Sammy the Bull. It's crazy because we got some people from Chicago speaking out. 600 Breezy, I know Jam. If he was going to snitch, he would have snitched a long time ago.
At first, there was like OTF Jam, and then you stopped hearing his name.
I know Jam personally.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay,
personally. So
it's just crazy. Hard to keep pausing, but it like the fact that all right, y'all are from this hood, and then one of your homies came up enough to where he came a millionaire, and then he's able to pay the homies for doing what they were probably normally going to do. You would think that would be a bigger reason to like in normal life, niggas, don't snitch or whatever. But like, or you hope your homie ain't gonna snitch. But it's like if you paying a nigga to do something he was already gonna do, for the hood, you would think that would be a bigger reason not to snitch. But nope, nigga got 50 arrests from that nigga. He's still told.
My mom's side, that St. Life Evans, St. Lawrence, all that shit, Evans Mob, Hit Squad, all that shit like that. Where Jam is from, he would be considered my op, but he not because of my other people type shit. Because he's from 79th and Vernon. Jam, I don't think Jam. If Jam was gonna snitch, he'd have been snitched on a lot of shit a long time ago. Jam's done a lot of time in jail. Like Jam, real nigga. Like I tilt my hat to him. I ain't never seen Jam do no bitch ass shit. So when they started saying his name, I was the first nigga probably like, I don't believe that. I got to see proof.
Another one. This is how I.
Well, I guess you're finna have your proof now, buddy. That nigga, yeah, like. He probably wouldn't have told on the shit that whatever shit he's talking about. He probably wouldn't have told on that shit. But this shit probably came with a half year crime. I mean, half year time. So like, yeah, I ain't doing that crime. I ain't doing that time with him. And it go like that most of the time too, because it's this nigga got all the money. Even if he's in jail, he's still gonna have money on his books. You're not, and that makes niggas jealous.
No, Jam didn't snitch on Lil Durk. I don't believe it 100%.
Mention to him, Jam ain't had enough time out here for them to get that type of bond with Jam. So put it on Jam. On Jam a snitch. Have that shit been put out yet? That it was a wire warrant in the case? Have the documents, the black and white, say that someone with a wire?
No, we have to check pace.
No, wait, hold on. They say they got audio recordings, video recordings.
But how you know that? They will say 100%. They will tell you wiretap.
Let me finish. I don't think they're being actually specific of who and what, but they are saying that they got audio.
But they will tell you 100% that is wiretap.
Now here's the thing, right? Regardless of anyone's personal opinion, Jam might have been a stone cold killer and no one thought he was gonna snitch, whatever. They're saying in court they've identified him as the...
Most of them be the snitches. It's like, this is how people say the toughest nigga be the weakest. The toughest nigga be the one that's gonna snitch. He on all the bullshit until it's his time to face that heavy time. They like, no, I ain't going to jail for you niggas.
Prosecutor's witness number 1, and he's gonna testify. And the thing is this: if Jam sat down with the feds, right, and he's talking to the feds, and he's gonna give them information, and he's gonna be talking about all of these things. I've never been in any federal situation, knock on wood, I don't ever want to. But from what I understand, he can't just tell about this. He has to tell about everything. Now, this is Gene Borello. He was an associate of, I believe, the Bonanno crime family.
If he was wearing a wire, he already did that thing.
Mafia. And he cooperated, went against them. But he's gonna break down how when you snitch, when you cooperate with the federal fucking government, you can't just tell on one thing. Because they're talking about a different mob guy in this video. And he's saying you can't just snitch on that. You have to tell them every single fucking crime you've ever committed. So when they give you a pass, the pass is for every single crime you've ever committed. But if you didn't tell them something and it isn't documented, that's gonna fuck you.
No, but the thing with this is, and you know, like I said, I'm fair. I just keep it real. You can't sit with the government and just cooperate on that, especially when he has all that stuff in his past. So like when you sit down with them, they're not worried about you cooperating against those guys. They're gonna want also mafia stuff. So if he did sit with the government, with the agents, he's gonna have to tell them everything he's done in his life. That's just part of the deal. So he has to admit to everything he's done. They're not gonna just let you sit there and talk about whatever he's saying. They're gonna ask for everything you've done since you're 5 years old. That's the way it works. So when you do agree to a proffer, you have to admit to everything you've ever done in your life. That's the only thing where that's getting mixed up, you know?
So from my understanding, Jam is gonna have to sit down, or probably already has sat down with the feds and explain to them every single murder he's committed. And so he can't just be like, oh, Durk this, Durk that. No, he has to explain everything he's done, which is gonna more so
like this why people don't like lawyers, because like shit like that. How can you have somebody who tell you all these crimes that they committed, and then they just get to walk around? Like that is crazy. Like it like this in regular life. You commit a crime, you are, it says you against the state. You tell your lawyer everything that you've done, or you tell the lawyer everything that you did for that crime. So therefore they figure out a way to work around all of it. That's crazy to me. That the lawyer knows exactly what you did. Know that you really did it. But still, because you paid them, they're gonna defend you and they're gonna figure out a way to help you beat the case.
prove how dangerous he is. And then he's gonna drop, yeah, this is why Durk was shouting me out. This is why Durk gave me money. This is what Durk sent me to go do. This is dangerous. Now, it also came up in court. The feds revealed Lil Durk was mad at 6ix9ine and Wack 100 for trolling him about not sliding for Vaughn. And the interview was a major motivation for him to really slide. Federal prosecutors brought up the 6ix9ine and Wack 100 interview during Lil Durk's court hearing, arguing that their viral slide for Vaughn trolling negatively affected Durk's mindset and contributed to his alleged motivation to slide for Vaughn.
Nigga that put in 10 bullets in King Vaughn and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? Yo, y'all want this?
I'm gonna be real with you.
No.
Hold on.
My thing is how they was putting everything on Vaughn, on Durk when it got a whole hood. Nigga, if it was on somebody, it was on all of them. Why was it only on Durk just because he was a breadwinner? What? Like, it's a whole hood.
I discovered King Vaughn.
No,
when King Vaughn died.
So I don't know.
No, I feel like of course they're gonna throw that in there.
King Vaughn died. So
This is when Durk fucked up though, right here. When he did that interview and he said, "Oh, they not saying that no more," or they can't say that no more. That's when he messed up. Like, why would you say that?
I don't know.
Because that was confirming that the pap hit was for that.
No, I feel like of course they're gonna throw that in there, right? 6ix9ine is the king of trolls, so it's like, of course the feds are gonna be like, oh, you know, this pushed him even further in that direction because he didn't like the internet saying this and that. Da da da. I mean, yeah, people were trolling. It was happening, and maybe it did have an effect on his mentality. You know, just like we saw with the DJ Academics interview with Durk, he was like, yeah, I don't see people saying that shit anymore. Do you see that? And
my thing is, it should have been on. If it was gonna be on somebody, it should have been on one of like 30 niggas there that night with him. 15 niggas that was there. It should have been on them. How did it on the nigga who wasn't even there? Like that, like it was great how everybody was on this nigga Dirk head, but he wasn't even there, and it was 15 other people with him, and then they got a whole hood, a whole project. How is it on one man when you got 15 other people? If if he got tricked into doing that shit, boy, that just shows you how much peer pressure is, boy. Because you let the internet trick you off your own pivot, bro. Like you should have stood your ground, nigga. I was not there that night. Yeah, like that's the homie. We gonna do something, but they don't just put it like I gotta be the only one to do something when 15, 20 other niggas was there with him.
Ack was like, nah, it slowed down. So it's like, Now, not only do we have OTF Jam being a snitch, we have new documents showing that OTF Vonnie allegedly identified as protective witness number 2 in Lil Durk's case. And I mean, this came out that these two guys were the alleged snitches, and it wasn't necessarily confirmed, but these were the big rumors, and now it's 100% confirmed. And I mean, this is the proof here. Video depicting Banks, Vaughn, and PW2 purchasing jewelry. This was Vaughn, Durk, and Vonnie inside an icebox. So we got Durk shopping. We got Vonnie ass right here. We got Vaughn to the left. And what's crazy is if Vaughn knew he was a rap.
That shit is crazy, dog. That shit is crazy, dog. I ain't not gonna lie, dog. If I was Durk, bruh, and I like, bruh, I would be sick, dog. I'd be sick. Like, nigga, these was my homies, bruh. We was together all the time, nigga. We grew up, nigga. Didn't know that nigga for years, dog. Put so much money on this nigga, either on his books, in his pocket, buying jewelry, more like he Durk paying for all of this shit. And nigga could just stab you in the back, bro. Cause nigga, at the end of the day, you a grown ass man, bro. If he told you to do anything, you could have said no. I'm good, bro. I don't want to go. But that be the thing of like niggas will do some shit because they homie told them to do it, and then go do it, and then go to jail. Oh, it was him. He gave me the gun. He told me to do it. You're a grown ass man. You could have told that nigga no. Like that should be sad, bro. That should be. I don't get how niggas can just easy snitch like that, bro. It's not saying that like he wasn't facing he wasn't probably facing no heavy time, but again, this is not year one. This is 2026. Niggas know when you doing shit, this shit come with time. You rob somebody, nigga, strong arm robbery, 2 to 5. House and burglary, nigga, that's 5 to 10. You pop somebody, nigga, that's 15 to 25. You got a gun, that's 6 months, nigga, or if you got priors, nigga, you might get more. We know this, nigga. And niggas will still let their homie convince them to do some shit or get peer pressure introduced because they too scared to tell their homie no, or they want I gotta be Mr. Tough Guy. I can't let the homies see that I don't want to go. I gotta act like I'm about to smoke that I don't want to be about, and then go snitch. Fucking idiots, bro. Like nigga, my thing is if you gonna do some shit, nigga, it needs to be if you gonna do something right, do something because you wanted to do it. You already accepted what's finna come with that shit.
Vaughn probably would have killed him himself. I don't even think Vaughn would have sent anybody. I think Vaughn would have did it himself, to be honest. But this video has got 6.7 million views from 7 years ago, and nobody would have known that years later, Vaughn would be dead and Durk would be standing next to the man that's going to testify against him. This is the cold reality of, really crime. Vonnie could have told in anything. It could have been a robbery. It could have been anything.
Still to this day, niggas.
And Vonnie had a lot of participation in this case. Allegedly, according to the paperwork, Vonnie was the main one setting everything up. He was acting like the face for Durk. So of course he's gonna be like, nah, Durk.
The one who acted toughest, the one who act like he's the most active, be the biggest snitches.
Did all this. Durk was behind this. He ain't trying to spend forever in federal prison. And for him to even have a chance at coming home, he has to make sure that Durk spends forever in federal prison. But that is the update. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. Do y'all think Durk is cooked? Do you think he has a fighting chance? We'll just have to wait and see. It's 10 now.
I don't know. I can't. Again, as a nigga who watch a lot of police shit, like people getting arrested, documentaries, all that type of shit, it's never just easy said and done. People just think you see a crime, you see a charge, that's it. It's never just that simple. It's never that simple. Like people thought Diddy was over. It wasn't over. Nigga got hit with a lesser charge than what it actually was, and nigga still finna get out. You can go catch a body, right? And then if you got a good lawyer, they gonna bring in effect of your childhood, what you grew up around, the reasons why you did what you did, especially because again, you gotta tell them why you did what you did. So they're gonna break up all the shit, and then instead of you just getting 25 to life with no parole, you might get 15 to life, 20 to life. With parole, so therefore you still come home. It's never just that simple. It's never just closed case. This is what it is. That's over and done with. He's watched forever. It's never just that simple, bro. It's never that simple. And all this shit with Durk, they gotta prove it. Yeah, it's the feds. People automatically, it's the feds. It's the feds. It's the feds. The feds gotta prove what they did. I mean, they gotta prove that you did all this shit. It can't just be hearsay. Hearsay, especially with a good paid lawyer. Hearsay don't get you nothing. Hearsay only get us watched because we hear it and like, oh my God, somebody said I did that. We sound so bad, and then we don't have a paid lawyer, so he gonna go straight over. Hey, what's the deal that you want to give him? And we in fear, we don't want to be in jail forever, so we gonna take the deal, knowing more likely we didn't even do what the fuck they said that we did. But we're gonna take it because we don't want to fight this shit too long and end up possibly getting what the crime is facing. That's how that shit goes. But the feds are just another police force. You just gotta make sure niggas like, hey, they gotta prove what they're saying. They gotta prove that shit with 100% certainty evidence.